Hi, how you doing? Okay, so hey, you either build it or you kill it. Sounds a bit drastic, isn't it, right? What am I talking about? You either build it or kill it. What I'm talking about really is this. Um, we're normal, we're average. We're not like some people who are, really gifted and talented or, um, they're born to be successful, or they're born to communicate, they're born to, these people, they're like super smart, they're like brilliant. Now, nothing against them, we admire them and we're inspired by them, but a lot of times we're not like them, okay? And most of the time we're average, we're normal people, right? So, and we make mistakes. We're human beings. We are lazy. Sometimes we work hard. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have lots of excuses. Sometimes we're motivated. Sometimes we achieve our results, and sometimes we don't. And I have to say that we all want to get results, and I'm sure a lot of you get the results that you want, but also there are a lot of us who don't get the results we want. Yeah. So what do we do? What do we do? And I've been training people for many years. I've observed many leaders and studied them, and trying to understand what makes them successful. And I think that, and things that I always talk about, and it's about being consistent. And why do we have to be consistent? Well, the reason is because we're normal people, we're average people. We're not special people who can do amazing things. We're just normal people who do normal things. Because we're normal people, average people who do normal things, we will just hope, and we wish that we have some sudden brilliance, or we win something, or we get something, or so we hope to get these things. I don't know about you, do you want to hope to get something? I think it's fine if it comes, but we don't want to wait and hope. We want to take action, right? We want to do something. And so there's sometimes where we feel we're not good enough, and then we kind of like, okay, I'm not good enough, why bother? Yeah. But if you're the type who thinks that, hey, I can figure it out, I can work harder, I believe it's coming, I'm positive about it, I want to grow, I want to develop, I want to be a leader, I want to learn, then really what you and I have to become successful really is being consistent. Again, consistency is for people like you and me, average people, because we don't have sudden flashes of brilliance, right? And the important thing about consistency is that if we do what we should do, which is being consistent, and I'm not saying that you have to be 100% or that you have to do it every day. Being consistent means, you do it most of the days, okay? And you define what most of the days is, okay? But I'm just describing it very loosely, yeah? But if you're consistent, you do the things you should do, even though it's hard, you are training the mental muscle and the drive and the determination to do it. You're overcoming that conversation. That's very important. I'll tell you why. So if you overcome that conversation of, I'm not going to do it, but you do it anyway. It's hard. I'm going to do it anyway. And you do it. I'm lazy, but I do it anyway. It's so troublesome, but you do it anyway. And I don't know how, but you learn, and I'm so tired, but you do it anyway. When you overcome these challenges, conversations, you train the muscle, right? You train it. It's very important, because why? Because if you don't do it, let's say you're tired, I say I'll do it tomorrow, or you have a reason, I don't know how, I give up, or it's tough, and for all the reasons that you give and you don't do it, you're training your muscle to give up. You're training your muscle to say, it's okay, don't worry about it, just forget it. So you train that muscle. So think about it. If you do it, you train your muscle to be better. If you don't do it, you train your muscle to be weaker. You train your mental muscle to be weaker. And then if you're consistently doing that, then that's how low you will go. Right? And it takes a long time to get up. Right? The determination, the commitment to get up. Because it's down so low. But if you do it most of the time, you're climbing. So consistency is so important, because once you don't strive to be consistent. I'm not striving to win, or striving to know it all, or striving to hit all your KPIs, or striving to be right, or winning the sale. No, you just strive to be consistent. You eventually will win because you get better and better. But if you don't, you get weaker and weaker and weaker. And then all those excuses come in and, forget it. I'm not the type. I can't do it. I'm not as good as you. So it's so important for average people like me and you to strive not for excellence, strive not for perfection, strive not for the results, which is important, but strive to be consistent in doing what you need to do. I hope that makes sense, because, it's such an important message. It's such an important thing to learn, is to strive for, and that's how important being consistent is. It's definitely not easy, but to strive for it, you win. To aim for it is a win. To do your best is a win. To do it despite is a win. Okay? So I hope it makes sense. I hope you strive for consistency, because we're average, we're not brilliant, we're not gifted, we all hope to win the lottery, we all wish something comes by, for us. But a lot of us have to work hard, a lot of us have to be consistent. So what I'm trying to say is be consistent, because you win. Because if you don't, it's worse. It's not just, if you're not consistent, you don't stay there. That's the key. That's the danger. If you're not consistent, you don't stay there. If you're not consistent, you go lower and lower and lower and lower. So don't think that, I'm not consistent, that's good. It's bad. It's dangerous. You gotta strive to be consistent. Even not 100%. Whatever you choose, most of the time, right? You will win. You will eventually get there, because it works, right? Because the alternative is worse. I can't guarantee that you will succeed. I know you will get there. But if you are not consistent, you forget it. That's what I mean. You either build it or you kill it. All right? I hope that makes sense. Okay, if it does, give me a 1111 if it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And I hope it helps you to look for a reason to be consistent. All right? All right, take care. Practice it. Find something hard to do and do it, even though it's hard, even though it's difficult, even though you don't know how, strive to be consistent. And then you'll build that muscle, and then you will achieve it, and you will be so happy. All right? All right, then. Take care. Bye-bye.